Greetings and salutations, Internet. This is me saying to all these regressive leftists, your bullshit ends here. Now, the reason why I was so ticked off with my Hell Hydra video is because that's what the left wants to do to everything, is turn it from something enjoyable into nothing but absolute bullshit and propaganda machines for their massively narrow-minded ideologues. And I'm not going to let them. I'm done with their bullshit. I am just so done. When you corrupted Captain America, whoever this hack writer is, you just showed me what the left is truly capable of. And I know for a fact that is exactly what people like Anita Sarkeesian and every leftist regressive fuckhead wants to do. Whether it be video games, movies, TV, music, it doesn't matter. They want to turn it into propaganda. And I absolutely, adamantly, 100% refuse to allow that to happen. I refuse to allow anyone to turn my video games, my movies, my TV shows, my comic books into nothing more than Zog's nightmare. That's what they are doing. That's what all their bullshit amounts to. It's just their version of Zog's nightmare. And how did I... and speaking of that, I wish I never had heard of that stupid, innate garbage. I don't remember exactly when I heard about it. I'm like... And if this is your first time of hearing that, please, for the love of all that is good and decent, do not look up Zog's Nightmare. There is not enough bleach in the entire cosmos to wash out your brain. It is just, filth. I wish I could go back in time and warn my younger self, don't look it up. And that's why so many of us are so passionate when we make videos, against Anita. Well, me and some others are a little bit more passionate. Anyway, but we can see where it's going to lead. And quite frankly, games don't need to be fixed. They aren't sexist. They're not misogynist. They are getting better and better. We don't need you or anybody else telling us what's appropriate, what we can and can't do, what we can and can't play. We don't need a moral authoritative person telling us these things. And that's exactly why I fight against people like that. It's nothing more, it's nothing new. It really is nothing new. This is the same garbage we had to deal with the super religious right when it was around. When it's all demon messages this and turns us into violence, blah 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 blah. It's the same spiel, just different actors. Only this time around it's sexist this, or misogynist that, or homophobic this. I'm just looking at this and it's like, no. It's not. Of course they whoop around. You're a man! You can't do that! You can't disagree with me! You sexist pig! You misogynist! You're part of the patriarchy! I just want to hit those people. I have to just contain myself because they're absolute idiots. You just fight back the urge to grab a cast iron skillet and maybe smack some sense in them. But I don't want to commit violence. Although I doubt the skillet would work. Because it just absolutely infuriates me when people pull this grade school nonsense. And it baffles me why there are so many people, why there are so many men who want to defend these types of women. It really does. And the reason why it baffles me to no end is, aren't they aware that they're nothing more than a pair of shoes? They're accessories. That's it. They're not allies. They're not equals. They're just something that, once it is worn out, will be traded in for a brand new one. I mean, I just have to scratch my head. So, yeah. If you feel the way I feel, and I hope you do, then just say, your bullshit ends here. Just say, together with me, leftists, your bullshit ends here. And on another note, feminism. Now, Milo Yiannopoulos, I absolutely love that guy. Although I'm not in that persuasion, he's absolutely great. But I have to kind of disagree with him, is that feminism is cancer. It's more of feminism has cancer. And the cancer that is affecting feminism is this third wave feminism, which I feel is jealous of the feminism that came before them, or the feminism that came before them fought against something that actually was persistent and existed, but it no longer does. And so they don't really have anything to fight against here. They do, elsewhere, but not here. And so what are they left with but to make their own demons? And they do that by demonizing men, by making it sound as though men are nothing but animals or monsters or rapists, by having bogus numbers about rape statistics, and basically scaring off every woman from doing what they want to do in like any field, by telling them nonsense like you won't succeed or they won't take you seriously. That's why they're going to all these gender studies programs, which are completely and utterly worthless. That's kind of brilliant in its simplicity, because they will constantly have an endless supply of people to oppress so that they can say they are being oppressed. But here's the thing. I think that this cancer, if it isn't removed, if something isn't done, I think we might see the death of feminism. I think that, the great strides that have been made by the women of history laid down their lives so that these ungrateful, spiteful little children can enjoy the same freedoms as a man, same rights as a man, the same jobs as a man. And these spiteful little children are going to effectively kill it. And I think that might be, and that will be extremely detrimental, especially to the women who are actually suffering in patriarchal regimes, where there are child brides, or it's okay for women to be raped. An actual rape culture that exists. Not here, elsewhere. So, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Because there is still work to be done, but it's not here. You need to move on from here. You need to focus on where the women are being targeted. And as far as this stupid inane victim blaming goes, no one blames the victim but the victim. The victim is the only one who blames the victim. Nobody condones rape. Nobody blames the victim for being raped. Except for maybe the victim themselves, that's what I mean. But, yeah, the police officers, if they ask, what were you wearing that night, aren't blaming the victim. They're not saying, oh, you deserve to be raped. No, that is completely stupid. And you do not have a functioning brain if you believe that to be the case. No, what that police officer is saying, or asking, in this case, is, what were the articles of clothing that you're wearing so that I may gather evidence for you, so that we can nail this creep to the wall, so we can get this predator off the streets. Because sometimes they leave evidence. There is no such thing as a perfect crime. There's always going to be a mistake. There's always going to be something left. And if you were outside and you were attacked, they can go to the CCTV and look and see you and then see the attacker. So, and we're not taking any legitimate claims away from anybody. To be perfectly honest, the only people who are taking away the I can't English today. The only people who are taking any legitimate claims, or they're taking away the legitimacy of claims, are you feminists. You're the ones who are taking away that legitimacy. You're the ones who are downplaying it. You're the ones who are causing people not to believe because of what happened at these campuses where, Mattress Girl and all this other made-up stories. And if you call me a rape apologist, I don't really care. I'm not going to allow your fictional universe to exist anymore, because your bullshit ends here. I'm not going to let you revise history. I'm not going to let your made-up fictional bullshit world exist. And by the way, if you go to college and one of your electives is finger painting, you don't belong in college. If you find yourself needing to go to a place that has stuffed animals, Dr. Seuss books, juice boxes, cookies, and nap maps, and your university actually has these things, you do not belong in college. And to those of you who say it's not about making an intellectual space, it's about making a home, go home. Go back to your parents, grab your stuffed teddy, get your diaper changed, get your bum powdered, sit on your bed, and suckle your thumb. Because that is exactly where you belong. Because that way no one will ever bother you ever again. That is the ultimate safe space for you. Go to it. And then let the actual adults make this world a better place to be in. People who can stand to have their feathers ruffled. People who can say, I disagree with that opinion. And the other person is going to go, okay, I understand that you find some fault in what I am saying. Let me hear your side. Let me hear your opinion on this matter. And actually listen to the opinion without getting bent out of shape. You do have the right. Yeah, you do have your freedoms. Just bear in mind, they do not supersede the rights of others. Everybody has the same rights. And when you try to make it so that they have to speak a certain way or respect a completely innocuous, made-up word that has absolutely no meaning, ones I will never say because if I do, my brain will commit suicide because they are far too stupid to even be pronounced. I'm serious. I mean, it's just so stupid. It's like, there are two sexes. Male, female. Pick one. It's like, and if anyone goes, oh, I don't identify as it either, then you're an it. Congratulations. Dumbass. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Okay, Captain Rogers is lawful good. If you understand that, thank you very much for understanding that. If you don't, you might want to look it up. But basically what lawful good means is they are incorruptible. I don't remember if I said... Anyway. Are they fallible? Yes. They do have shortcomings. They do make mistakes. But you cannot corrupt them. Their moral compass must always, this is only in fiction, mind. This is only in fiction. Their moral compass can never be skewed. If you skew the moral compass of a character whose basis is lawful good, he loses his ability to retain his character. He's no longer the character that he was. Because now that he is that fallible, because he became corrupted, he can never not be corrupted or corruptible. And so whenever he speaks out against certain things, he will always be a hypocrite. He can't speak out against the villain because you skewed his moral compass. So, and that is all there is for me tonight. So join me, my fellow brothers and sister geeks, nerds, outcasts, and everyone else that enjoys video games, enjoys movies and TV shows and comic books, and wants to keep them the way they are, free of this leftist bullshit. Just join me in saying, your bullshit ends here. And perhaps we can put a stop to it. I am the Hyper Moomin, signing off, hoping to wake up to a better tomorrow. But I'm not holding my breath.